When the heart is not at ease, sleep cannot arrive. That is something I often share with my older students. And perhaps you too have felt this truth. Each night you lie down with the hope of resting, but instead of silence, the mind begins its chatter. Lists unfinished, conversations unresolved, a heaviness without a name. You turn, you sigh, your eyes open to the ceiling as if it holds the answer, and then it's 3 a.m. again, eyes wide. Another night has passed without rest. The body feels weary, the spirit scattered. If you are over the age of 50, you may already know this rhythm too well. At this stage of life, the body begins to shift. The internal clock, that beautiful rhythm which once lulled you into peaceful sleep, starts to lose its precision. Its signals, once so clear, become faint, like the echo of a temple bell fading into morning fog. But I have not come to speak of problems. I have come to share a door, not through pills, not through force, but through nature's quiet wisdom, foods that speak the language of your nervous system, gently helping your body remember how to rest again. These are not manufactured solutions. They do not knock you unconscious. They teach you, they guide your body back to stillness, just as a river finds its way home to the ocean. And the first of these guides is humble. A banana. Yes, the same golden fruit you've seen many times on your kitchen counter, but within its familiar skin lie 3 essential allies: potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Potassium and magnesium are like friends who sit beside your muscles, gently telling them it's time to let go. They help release tension built up through the day. And vitamin B6? It's a translator, converting tryptophan into serotonin, the feel-good chemical that softens your mood and brings ease. From there, serotonin becomes melatonin, the signal your brain waits for before surrendering to sleep. Let me tell you about Rosa. She is 65 years old, and for years she suffered from restless legs and 2 a.m. awakenings. I did not give her medication. Instead, I invited her to eat a ripe banana, one with a few brown spots, about 1 hour before bed. Within days, her legs stilled. Within weeks, her sleep grew deeper, more rhythmic. This is not a miracle, it is remembrance. Her body was simply remembering how to rest, how to return to balance. If you wish to deepen this effect, prepare something warm and comforting. A small bowl of mashed banana stirred into oat milk. It's soft, gentle on the stomach, and soothing to the spirit. Not just a food, but a ritual. A moment to say, today I let go, I welcome rest. Let us not underestimate what is simple. Sometimes the most ordinary gifts, when used with intention, open the greatest doors. Tonight, allow a single banana to become more than fruit. Let it become your first step back to peace. In our monastery, we often say, what you feed your body, you also feed your mind. And that includes not only what you eat, but when and how. Earlier, I spoke about the simple power of a ripe banana before bed. But allow me to share a small refinement, a quiet detail that nature whispers only to those who listen carefully. The greener banana, the one not quite fully ripe, holds within it a kind of fiber known as resistant starch. It does not digest like ordinary sugar. Instead, it nourishes the good bacteria in your gut. And these microscopic allies play a subtle, often overlooked role in your sleep. Certain strains of gut bacteria help produce compounds that support the brain's natural sleep rhythm. When the belly is in harmony, the brain listens. But let us be clear, this path is not an on-off switch. Bananas do not drug you into sleep. They remind the body of what it once knew, how to surrender gently into rest. It is like reteaching a song to a bird that forgot how to sing. Now we walk forward to the second offering, a small nut, often ignored but quietly powerful, the almond. To most, it may seem like a crunchy snack, something simple to pass the time or curb hunger. But if you truly look, you will see something deeper. Magnesium, again, is our companion here. In almonds, it works like a wise gatekeeper, calming the nervous system, relaxing muscles, softening the tension that often goes unnoticed throughout the day. When you eat a small handful of almonds before bed, your body begins a shift. Not dramatic, but undeniable. It slows, it unwinds. But magnesium is only part of the story. Cortisol, the stress hormone, lurks in the background for many. Elevated cortisol keeps the mind racing, reliving old arguments, worrying about tasks unfinished, or fearing what tomorrow may bring. Almonds, with their rich nutrient profile, help regulate this hormone, quieting the mental storms that so often appear in the stillness of night. And then there is vitamin E, a humble but mighty antioxidant that reduces chronic inflammation, particularly in the brain. What many don't realize is that this silent inflammation can subtly erode your ability to enter the deep restorative stages of sleep. You may be sleeping, but not healing. There is yet another hidden gift, healthy fats. These fats keep your blood sugar stable through the night. If you've ever woken up at 2 or 3 a.m. feeling oddly alert or a little hungry, it may be due to a dip in blood sugar. Your body senses the change and triggers a mild stress response. Almonds help prevent that. One small handful, eaten an hour before bed. That's all it takes. You may eat them raw, or if you have time, soak them in water for a few hours. Soaking reduces anti-nutrients that interfere with magnesium absorption. It is a small gesture of respect to the food and to your own body. And if your spirit enjoys the art of preparation, you can make almond milk at home, soak the almonds overnight, peel them, blend with warm water, perhaps add a touch of cinnamon, sip it slowly before bed, and feel the quiet magic begin. But allow me to pause here. Before we go further on this path, I must speak of something that may surprise you. A habit that feels innocent, but can quietly rob you of rest. Decaf coffee. Many believe it to be harmless, even soothing at night. But here is the truth. Decaf is not caffeine-free. It retains 3% to 10% of its original caffeine. And for those of us more sensitive, especially in later years, that is enough to stir the brain awake. But what's more concerning than the caffeine is how it is removed. Some decaf methods use chemical solvents, ethyl acetate, methylene chloride, and even in small amounts, these substances can interfere with neurotransmitters involved in the sleep-wake cycle. You may not feel it directly, but your body does. And there's another layer, memory. The scent of coffee, the warmth of the cup, the familiar taste, these are conditioned signals your brain remembers. It associates these cues with alertness, productivity, activity. So even if there is no caffeine, your mind may still prepare for action, not rest. We are creatures of habit. Even the ritual of drinking decaf can signal your system, stay awake. But tonight, we are learning how to unlearn. In the next step of our journey, I will show you what to drink instead, something ancient, gentle, and made not just to warm the body, but to calm the soul. Let us continue. Sometimes, even when we believe we are doing everything right, a subtle force works against us, unseen, unheard, but deeply felt. You dim the lights, you stay away from screens, you sit quietly in meditation, breathing gently as night approaches. But still, when your head touches the pillow, your mind does not surrender. Instead, it prepares for action. This is where the subtle complication begins. Deep sleep, the most vital phase of your rest, the phase where real healing occurs, can be disrupted not by noise or light, but by the signals we unknowingly send to our own nervous system. When we drink something familiar, like decaf coffee, the mind may associate it not with rest, but with alertness, productivity, and movement. And when this association is activated, deep sleep becomes shallow. This sacred stage of sleep is when the brain clears away the debris of thought, when the immune system recalibrates, and when cells throughout your body begin to heal and rebuild. If you skip this phase or barely touch it, you may still sleep, but wake up feeling incomplete, not truly restored. It is as if your body pressed pause, but never reset. Now imagine you've done everything right. You've created a sanctuary. You've honored the night. But the innocent habit of sipping decaf coffee just because it's caffeine-free might quietly be undoing all your efforts. There is another way, a better way, a warm cup of herbal tea, not just any tea, but one that invites the body to let go. Chamomile, for example, when prepared properly, is more than a drink. It is an invitation, a message whispered through steam and warmth. You are safe. You can rest now. Later, I will show you how to brew it in the right way, slowly, mindfully, so its full healing power unfolds. This is not speculation. It is a reminder of how easily clever marketing can dress up a disruptor as a helper. While decaf coffee may wear the disguise of a bedtime friend, for many people, it is a quiet thief, stealing the deepest layers of rest when they are needed most. Let us now continue. The third food, a jewel of the earth, small, sweet, rich in color and gentle in effect, the cherry. Most do not know this. Cherries naturally contain melatonin, the very hormone your brain releases to say, now it's time to sleep. In an ideal world, your body produces melatonin effortlessly each evening. But in this world where stress lingers, screens glow late into the night, and aging quietly shifts our inner rhythms, this process is often disturbed. This is where cherries offer their quiet assistance. Eating 10 to 15 fresh or frozen cherries about an hour before bed can help your body return to its rhythm. A gentle nudge, a natural reminder, a rebalancing, but that is only part of their gift. Cherries also contain anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation, especially in the brain. Imagine them as a silent cleaning crew, working overnight to clear oxidative stress and mental fog, so you wake up clear, steady, and alert. If you've ever risen feeling stiff, sore, or simply off, this may be your signal. Your body may not be accessing the deep layers of rest it so desperately needs. Cherries help you transition from light to deep sleep, from tension to healing. There is one more reason to love them. As seasons change and daylight shifts, your melatonin cycle can falter, but cherries act as a natural anchor, helping you stay balanced regardless of the light outside. A simple note: always choose fresh or frozen cherries. Avoid the dried ones. They often contain added sugar, which can spike your energy and disrupt your natural wind down. Eat them whole, eat them slowly, and listen to what your body begins to remember. In our quiet evenings at the monastery, I often observe how the most unexpected things hold the deepest power. A single fruit, a forgotten tradition, a subtle shift in habit, each one can transform how we rest, how we breathe, how we live. Earlier, I shared with you the deep red wisdom of cherries. Now I invite you to meet a vibrant green companion. The kiwi, bright, fuzzy, tangy, and surprisingly one of nature's most powerful allies for sleep. Many people see kiwi as just another tropical fruit, a curious accent in a fruit salad. But beneath its humble skin lies a treasure trove of sleep-supporting compounds, verified not only by ancient wisdom, but by modern science, particularly research conducted in New Zealand, the birthplace of this small but mighty fruit. A number of clinical studies have shown that eating just 1 or 2 kiwis before bed can significantly increase both the length and the quality of sleep. This is not folklore, it is biology. Why is kiwi so effective? Because it is rich in serotonin, one of the key neurotransmitters responsible for regulating our mood and sleep cycle. Serotonin is not only the substance that helps us feel calm and emotionally balanced, it is also the precursor to melatonin, the very hormone that signals your brain, it is time to rest. In this way, kiwi acts as the messenger before the messenger, preparing the body and the spirit to slow down, soften, and surrender. But the kiwi offers more. It is packed with vitamin C and vitamin E, 2 potent antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, particularly in the brain. Oxidative stress is like rust in the system. It clouds memory, weakens focus, and makes you wake feeling as though you've slept, but not healed. If you've ever woken up foggy, achy, or mentally scattered, this unseen stress may be the cause. Kiwi fights that burden from within gently and steadily. And here is a small but powerful secret. The skin of the kiwi contains more antioxidants and fiber than the flesh. Yes, you can eat the whole fruit. Simply brush the fuzz gently and take it in whole. The fiber will nourish your digestive system, and as we've learned through both tradition and modern medicine, a calm gut is a key to a calm mind. Would you like to take it a step further? Try this combination: 1 kiwi and half a banana, eaten together about an hour before bed. The tryptophan from the banana and the serotonin from the kiwi work in harmony, supporting your body's natural production of melatonin. It is not a shortcut. It is a remembering, a restoration of balance. Or if your evening calls for something warm and nurturing, blend kiwi and banana with gently heated oat milk to create a soft, creamy smoothie. It's light, sweet, and incredibly grounding. Each sip is like a soft blanket wrapping around your nervous system, preparing it for deep rest. Kiwi, you see, is not just a sleep aid. It also helps reduce anxiety, irritability, and even muscle tension, all common roadblocks that prevent us from sinking into full rest. In its small size lies a great kindness, but not all that nourishes sleep is sweet. Now, let me speak of something more unusual: sauerkraut. Yes, fermented cabbage, sharp in taste, ancient in origin, and deeply healing when respected. Sauerkraut is rich in natural probiotics, living organisms that help balance the gut. And as I have said, when the gut is calm, the mind can follow. But this food must be used with care. When paired incorrectly with things like wine, dark chocolate, or heavy animal fats, it may do more harm than good, especially at night. Why? Because such combinations can disrupt neurotransmitter balance and overload digestion at the exact moment your body is seeking to relax. If you wish to include sauerkraut in your evening routine, do so with reverence. A small amount, 2 to 3 tablespoons, combined with a complex carbohydrate such as brown rice or steamed oats, will help your body absorb its benefits without overstimulation. Eat it slowly and do so at least 2 hours before bed. Avoid pairing it with red meats, processed foods, or large late-night meals. These can burden the stomach, cause bloating, or even trigger light insomnia. And most importantly, listen to your body. If sauerkraut makes you feel flushed, itchy, or causes headaches in the morning, it may be due to histamine sensitivity, a condition not uncommon in older adults. For some, fermented foods are healing. For others, they are too intense. If you are called to make your own, the process is beautifully simple. Thinly slice fresh cabbage, massage it gently with sea salt, place it in a clean jar, let it rest in a cool place for a week. This fermentation unlocks its living energy. But if you buy it, choose only raw and unpasteurized versions. Pasteurization destroys the very probiotics you are seeking. One more note: sauerkraut is also rich in vitamin C, which helps to reduce cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. And the lower your cortisol, the deeper your sleep. But caution is needed if you are taking iron supplements, as vitamin C boosts iron absorption, and excessive iron in the blood can suppress melatonin. So be mindful, be gentle. Sleep is not a battle to win, it is a state to allow. And nature, through both the softness of kiwi and the strength of fermentation, has already given us the tools. We need only listen. In this practice of mindful living, every choice we make, what we eat, what we believe, what we allow into our bodies, shapes the rhythm of our days and the stillness of our nights. Earlier, I spoke of sauerkraut, a food that, when respected and properly paired, can nourish not only the digestive system, but also support sleep. But let us be cautious. Sauerkraut is rich in vitamin C, which enhances iron absorption. While this is typically a benefit, excess iron in the blood can actually interfere with melatonin production, the very hormone we rely on for deep sleep. So avoid taking iron supplements alongside sauerkraut, especially in the evening. Let the meal be simple, grounded, and whole. This tiny, tangy food holds more than flavor. It offers a bridge between gut health and inner calm if we meet it with awareness. Now we move to a food you may already know well. You may have greeted it each morning, but I invite you to rediscover it at night. Oatmeal. Yes, the warm, familiar bowl many reserve for breakfast is, in fact, one of the world's most underrated sleep allies. Gentle, nourishing, and deeply functional, oatmeal has the power to balance blood sugar, calm the nervous system, and ease the body into rest, if eaten with the right intention and ingredients. Why does it work so well? Three key reasons: magnesium, zinc, and slow digesting carbohydrates. Magnesium slows the heart rate, relaxes the muscles, and signals the mind to soften. Zinc plays a critical role in the natural chain of reactions that lead to melatonin production. Without it, the rhythm falters. And the complex carbohydrates in oats, they release glucose steadily through the night, keeping energy balanced and preventing the sudden drops that often wake people in the early morning hours. Have you ever found yourself waking between 2 and 4 a.m., heart racing, mind alert, for no clear reason? Often, this is not a dream or outside noise, but a blood sugar dip. Your body panics, triggers a minor stress response, and pulls you out of rest. Oatmeal helps to prevent this, keeping the night steady, free of spikes and crashes. Just like meditation for the mind, oats offer stability to the body, and there is more. Oats contain a unique compound called avenin, which carries mild sedative properties. It does not knock you out or fog the brain. It simply reduces overstimulation, helping your thoughts slow to a peaceful drift rather than a racing current. Let me offer you a simple bedtime recipe. Cook half a cup of oats in warm almond or oat milk. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon and a small handful of walnuts or almonds. This adds texture, taste, and more sleep-supportive nutrients: magnesium, healthy fats, tryptophan. If you prefer something lighter, try blending banana and plant-based milk with a teaspoon of ground oats. It's gentle on the stomach and ideal for winding down after a long day. And here's something inspiring. Studies have shown that people who eat oats regularly tend to spend more time in deep sleep, the phase where the body heals, rebuilds, and truly restores itself. You may not even sleep longer, but you'll sleep better. You'll wake clearer, brighter, more at peace. So if your nights have been restless, if your energy feels thin or scattered, consider moving oats from your breakfast table to your evening ritual. And now we arrive at something ancient: chamomile, a plant revered not just as tea, but as a symbol of peace itself. People have used chamomile for centuries as a natural sleep aid, yet many prepare it in haste. A bag dipped in boiling water for a minute or two. The result? A weak infusion, barely fragrant and almost ineffective. But chamomile holds real power when approached with reverence. At its core lies apigenin, a compound that binds to receptors in your brain, signaling the nervous system. You are safe now. It is time to let go. The key is in the preparation. There is a substance found in the petals of a simple flower, delicate, silent, and yet astonishing in its power. Its name is apigenin. It is a naturally occurring flavonoid, and it does something truly extraordinary. It binds to specific receptors in the brain, sending a message that prescription medications attempt to mimic, a message of release, of calm, of peace. But unlike medication, it brings no fog, no dependence, no unwanted consequence. It is nature's whisper to your nervous system: you may let go now. And the flower that holds this gentle medicine? Chamomile, a plant as ancient as our longing for rest. But here is what most people never learn. Chamomile only works when it is prepared with care. To unlock its full potential, we must treat it not as a convenience, but as a ritual. You see, those convenient little tea bags, so often dipped quickly into boiling water, offer only a shadow of chamomile's true capacity. If you truly wish to receive what this flower offers, begin with whole, dried chamomile blossoms, not crushed, not blended, intact. These contain the highest concentration of apigenin. Then the water. Do not rush to pour it the moment it boils. Apigenin is delicate, like the petals that contain it. If the water is too hot, scalding, bubbling, it can destroy the very essence you are seeking. So, wait. Watch the water. Let the boil subside. A steady rise of steam, no more bubbles. This is your sign. The ideal temperature lies between 175 and 185 degrees Fahrenheit, though a thermometer is not necessary. Presence and patience are enough. Now, steep. Not quickly, not uncovered. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried chamomile blossoms per cup. Pour the water over the flowers, then cover the cup. Let it steep for at least 8 to 10 minutes. Why cover it? Because the calming oils, the apigenin, the volatile components will rise and evaporate if left exposed. Covering allows the medicine to stay, to remain, to infuse the water fully. Even the vessel matters. Avoid metal. Use ceramic or glass. Metal can subtly alter the chemical structure of what you're drinking. What we seek is purity, unaltered, untouched, just as the earth intended. If you wish to deepen the effects, you may combine chamomile with passion flower, lemon balm, or even a small amount of raw honey, which carries its own natural sedative properties. Each of these in harmony strengthens the